first flight of the orbital Discovery, and the shuttle has cleared the tower. Discovery's core computers now have primary control of critical vehicle functions.
Hello and welcome back to the Druid Stormcloud channel, where today we'll be playing some more Final Fantasy XIV. We are ready and we are going to continue the main storyline, so let's go ahead and jump right into the game without any hesitation. Let's randomize our minion. We have quite a few that it could turn out to be today. And it's the Dodo. As for our current levels among classes, as you can see, we are getting along rather well with all of them. I'm working on getting all of them up there. Well, except for Blue Mage. Blue Mage is going to be a slow one. I think I'm going to wait until after I reach level 90 with at least one of them to go ahead and start focusing more on Blue Mage. Right. Oh. Oh, augmented armor. Hellfire armor, slipstream armor of maiming, Hellfire striking, torrent attire of scouting, fending. We're gonna get tank stuff. We'll also get battle stance. Interesting. Causes and costs. When I said I wished to speak with you after the conference, I confess I envisioned rather happier circumstances. If anything, however, this latest tragedy makes the need more pressing. There are things I must say. Not to the Warrior of Light, nor or even my fellow Scion, but to you, Kiara, my friend. But not here, no. But of course, the intersectory camp in Camp Dragonhead is still open to us. Let us go there. Camp Dragonhead. Not often we go there. All right. I have also changed up my follower alert after the end of Halloween season has unfortunately come. I think I'm going to use the current one as my default one. If I figure out how to get channel points as custom things as well for things like TTS and such, I will do that as well. Who knows what could happen with that? This could be good or it could be bad. I feel like at the very least it will be interesting, and that is always important. Oh, the Araman to get us to Camp Dragonhead. And greetings, madam. Shall I show you inside? Yes. It's a longer waiting thing than I thought it would be.
Forgive me. That took longer than expected. You seem puzzled. Oh, these. I thought something warming might not go amiss. It was not all that long ago that we sat here, you and I, in our very own falling snows, as Lord Horshfang called it. I still struggle to believe he is gone. And Azelle too. I had such hopes for her.
Me too. I wanted her to become a scion, honestly.
Master Matoya asked me what it was all for. Why we fight. And why we die. Were I still commander of the Braves, I would doubtless have replied, for the future of Eorzea. But I'm not that man. Not anymore. I needed a new answer. One that I could live with. And when I saw Estinian at the ceremony, I knew at last what it was. I do not want to be a man who sacrifices his friends and family for a cause. I want to fight for Estinian, and I want to save him. When Nidhogg leads the Horde into battle, Ser Emeric and his forces will do what they believe must be done. That is their choice to make. Yet even if Ser Emeric is willing to forsake Estinian, I am not. We must fight for him, for he is our friend and ally. We may struggle, we may fail, but we must try.
To aid those in need.
Lord Orshafon would be proud. I knew you would understand. Together, we will surely find a way.
Thank you, Kiara. It is unfair of me to unburden myself in this manner, time after time, but I am glad that you permit me nonetheless. You are my true friend and ally. Though not all of our fellow scions will support our stance on Estinian, I have faith that we will win them over in due course. Such is the infectious power of hope. Right. That is quite enough solemn introspection for one night. I think we would both benefit from some time in the company of Tataru. She stays for us at Fortem's Manor. Let us not keep her waiting any longer. Alright. And now, back to Ishgard and Fortem's Manor. On a chocobo! da, 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 da. Da, 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 I like the Chocobo song. I will not apologize for liking the Chocobo song. Chocobos were the best thing Final Fantasy ever did, and it began in 3. There we go. Yet again, we walk an all too familiar path. I am reminded when we first came to this manor. Lost and uncertain, we were granted succor in our hour of need. We were saved, and now it is our turn to return the favor. Hear, hear. Let no one say that the Scions do not repay their debts. After all, what kind of people would we be if we forsook our friends? If we stopped looking for Ida and Poplamio, or if we gave up hope on bringing Minfilia back? Though she knew it would cost her dearly, Minfilia reached out to us to deliver a message. She believed it was imperative that we understand the true nature of this star, of the rift between Zodiark and Hydaelyn, and of the Ascians' aspirations. But for all that has been revealed, I cannot shake the suspicion that there is much we have yet to learn. In any event, I think it time we step back from the fray and carefully consider our next course of action. It will not be easy to turn this tragedy to triumph, but we will find a way. We will. I think he might be pushing himself a bit hard. Like I said, we're going to grab the one for tanks. Based on what that all entailed.
Of all the ways for it to end. Even before his transformation, I could feel the worm's hatred swirling about Estinian. The terrible, all-consuming rage.
Did she know Estinian beforehand? We met her after the transformation, didn't we?
Enough to fuel a 1,000-year quest for vengeance. It was all I could do not to run away screaming.
Oh, okay, that. She's talking about what happened at the thing.
But Ishgardians, nay, all Eorzeans, are made of sterner stuff. They face danger and death on a daily basis, and understand what it takes to win a war.
Think not too deeply on Master Matoya's words. Her intent was but to steal our resolve. That, and to remind us to look beyond these passing conflicts to trials greater still, to the truth which hides at the heart of this world.
So that's your aim, is it?
You disapprove?
Not at all. I believe it's traditional for the student to follow in the footsteps of the master. And you are so very alike.
Keep in mind, Matoya was also the witch in Final Fantasy I whose crystal eye was stolen by the Dark Elf King. And we had the Warrior of Darkness there. What might he be up to? With Estinian keeping an eye on him, our gaze now turns to...
Change. That great inexorable wave was upon us, and soon all of Ishgard would bend to its will. For all our sins, for all our scars, the future for which we had long yearned was at last within our grasp. But it would be bought at a heavy price. For in those twilight hours did Nidhogg cry out for vengeance, and his brethren raise their voices for the final chorus of the Dragon Song War.
We're still in Heavensward. I checked the New Game Plus and everything, and no, I checked the quest log, and it seems we're in a portion between Heavensward and Stormblood. Caution, Ida. That is all I ask. Do not be so eager to place your faith in them. Not until we know more. That does not look like a good mask. Right, first gear, interesting achievement. Okay, attire for aiming, attire for healing. There we go, this is going to be our next one. Ah, Mistress Frostborn, it is well that you are here. You are wanted within. I believe Master Alphinaud wishes a word with you. Welcome, Mistress Frostborn. Shall I show you inside the manor? Yes. Ah, Kiara. There you are. Have you a moment? There is something I would fain discuss. I must ask you to recall the events which unfolded at the Peace Conference, though I dare say you would sooner forget them. My mind returns again and again to the moment when Nidhogg appeared before the crowd in the guise of Estinian. It was a sight to chill the soul, but one which gave me a reason to hope that our friend might not be beyond salvation. When you described his hateful transformation at Isis Law, I feared him lost forever. But the mere fact that some semblance of his former self endures must surely count for something. Alas, I have no evidence to support this impression. Thus did I turn to Istola and Crieli for a more empirical appraisal And full glad am I that I did, for it would seem they have some observations of their own to share. The ladies have saved us the trouble, or a table at the Forgotten Night. Shall we go? Excellent. Let us not keep our honored colleagues waiting. Forgotten Night.
We have kept you waiting over long, I fear.
Not to worry, Alphino. We had some rather fine mulled wine to keep us company. Truth be told, you could have delayed your arrival a few moments more.
Gibrion got the spicing just right this time. His latest batch is not only delicious and warming, but soothing to the humors.
Indeed. But 'twas not to soothe our humours that we gathered here.
Ah, no, quite right. The matter of that poor dragoon.
You have discovered something. A means to save him?
Let us not jump to conclusions, shall we? Assess the facts presented, then make an educated analysis, as you were taught.
Pray, cast your mind back to the moment of Estinian's transformation. Do you recall how you described it to us? You spoke of the sudden pangs which racked his body when he took up both of Nidhogg's eyes, and of how his form was twisted thereafter into a shadowy semblance of the Great Worm.
Yeah.
When he appeared at Falcon's Nest, the worm's eyes were fused to his mail.
Would that only his armor had been corrupted. Snaking forth from the eyes, I descried dark tendrils which entangled his very being. His ether has been all but smothered.
Then he is lost to us forever?
What did I just say about jumping to conclusions? Y'shtola clearly stated all but smothered. As I later discovered, her impression matched my own. Though Nidhogg's presence filled my mind's eye, beneath his seething aura, I sensed the merest hint of something else. And after listening to Y'shtola's observations, I became more certain of my suspicion that the something else I had sensed was, in fact, the trace of a different will, submerged in the sea of Nidhogg's rage.
You mean...
Interesting.
Yes, 'tis like that Estinian spirit yet lingers.
Can we not wrest him from Nidhogg's grasp, then? Tear the eyes from the armor?
We know not if that would serve to separate Worm's soul from man's. None have ever attempted such a feat.
Should it offer even the faintest hope of success, then by the gods, I shall be the first to try.
Wait a minute.
No.
Isn't this similar to the Asians when they possessed Thancred?
By all means, hold fast to your hope, but be mindful of the dangers. Even should you succeed in excising the eyes from the Dragoon's mail, we have no way of knowing if your friend's soul would survive so violent a separation. And that is to say nothing of the possibility that his would-be savior might become Nidhogg's next host.
But what other choice remains to us? Should the opportunity present itself, I will tear those foul orbs from Estinian's armor and trust in the resilience of his soul, even at the risk of mine own.
I found you at last. A messenger of the Temple Knights came to the manor some few hours past. The Lord Commander humbly requests the company of the Warrior of Light and Master Alphino.
Sir Emmerich would speak with us. Very well, thank you, Onawa.
'Twould seem duty calls. Pray see to yours, and we shall return to ours.
Thank you, Y'shtola, Kryl. Your words have given me hope where there was none. Come then. Sir Emmerich awaits.
All right.
Alphino is allowing his feelings for this dragoon to cloud his thoughts. I worry he may do something rash. Keep an eye on him, would you?
They think more of their friends' deliverance than their foes' defeat. But will history commend their fealty or condemn their folly?
A good question indeed.
The conference held at Falcon's Nest was to be a celebration of the reconciliation twixt man and dragon. But the lingering shade of Nidhogg, clad in the flesh of the Azure Dragoon, did mark the occasion by spilling the blood of his own kind. A timely atrocity to remind the children of Ishgard that the Dragonsong War was far from over. And when fear gave way to fury, the call to arms rang out anew. Death to Nidhogg! Death to Nidhogg!
Not a far stretch from where we were before. Oh, we're getting the armor now. What news has Sir Emmerich to share with us, I wonder? Now we see the augmented hailstorm set. Oh! I like this. What's the helmet look like? Nice. Food items. I only use them for the experience boost, so this is not going to be too hard a decision. Might Sir Emmerich perchance have received word of a Dravian advance? Or mayhap they have located Sti. That is to say, mayhap Nidhogg has been found. Oh, he was going to say Estinian. Come, I would hear what the Lord Commander has to say.
My friends, I thank you for coming.
You have had news of Nidhogg?
Alas not. Our scouts range far and wide, but they have as yet found no trace of the Great Worm.
We dispatched an elite unit of dragoons to reconnoiter the churning mists, but even they returned empty-handed.
A pity.
Fear not, Alphino. We shall see the worm again soon enough. His words at Falcon's Nest attest to that. Indeed, he is like to come sooner than we would wish.
I assume Ishgard's defenses are being bolstered as we speak?
With all haste. I mean to call upon every able-bodied warrior at our disposal, from the Knights of the Four Houses to the men and women of the Watch. But I did not summon you to discuss strategy.
What then would you have of us, my lord?
I will speak plain. Now that Nidhogg is possessed of both of his eyes, no mortal force we can muster will repel him. That being the case, we must needs recruit an ally of equal strength.
You speak of Hraesvelgr?
I do. To whom else could we turn?
That he is Nidhogg's equal, I do not deny, nor can I name another. But convincing the reclusive creature to do battle with his own brood brother will be... how shall I put this?
It will be no small undertaking, yes. Estinian's report was most particular about Hraesvelgr's unwillingness to involve himself in the affairs of men. But much has changed since your visit to Somal. And if there is even a chance that the dragon may be swayed, I must plead our case. Whatever price the dragon asks of me, I shall pay it. Such was my oath, to defend the people of Ishgard. Come what may, my friends, the battle with Nidhogg will mark the end of my tenure as the acting head of church and state. Will you help me discharge this final duty?
We will, my lord. Though I fear our involvement offers no guarantee of success. Come then. We will depart at your leisure.
Thank you. The city is yours, First Commander.
My lord, we shall pray for your swift return.
I did accidentally skip the both of you part of that, and I apologize for it. I feel like this is going to end poorly for him. It grieves me to impose upon you in this manner, but you of all people understand the threat we now face. It is no imposition, Sir Emmerich. To Kiara and I, Ishgard is as a second home. After the many battles we have fought and the bonds we have forged, the plight of your nation has become our own. If there is aught that we can do to aid in its salvation, then I pray impose all you must. You are true friends. Shall we be about our task then? We have no way of knowing when Nidhogg's side will strike, but we must assume that time is not our ally. Indeed. With that in mind, I have taken the liberty of dispatching a messenger to inform Mistress Tataru that you will be escorting me to Somal. I confess I did not provide the exact details of our destination, as they are as yet unknown to me. We will be summoning Hraesvelgr at Zenith in the Turning Mists. Ere we begin our ascent, however, I think it best that we pay a visit to Annex Shrine. You seek an advantage in the coming negotiations. I do. I would consult with Vildofnir. I propose this in part out of concern for her condition. Were she to succumb to her wounds, it would have grave consequences for our alliance. That apart, she may be able to provide insight into her sire's current state of mind. Well reasoned. To the Dravian Forlands, then. Look at this outfit. This is a good outfit. This is gonna be my cosmetic outfit, I think, for all of my healer stuff. Let's go here. There we go. Forlands are up there. So now we just wait as we travel. Right, and after stream today, I'm getting ready for some, well, basically an early Thanksgiving, since like I said before, my dad works on Thanksgiving Day. Not going to say where he works or what he works as. So, my mom is holding Thanksgiving early, so that he can be there. And I'll be heading over there after stream today, so with the fact that we won't be having the race on Thursday, I'm going to be doing I'll be doing a Final Fantasy V stream on Thursday. The poll for Tuesday's stream was completely inconclusive, and that no one actually wanted to vote at all. On that note, I think Tuesday is going to be something I want to play. That I really wanted to play for a while, actually. Ah. Annex Shrine. That tower right there. Oh, you're gonna bring me the toy? Hi. Oh, my dog wants to play. Get it. Go get it. Oh, you didn't want to play fetch, you just wanted to play tug of war, and now you're upset that I threw it. Or you're distracted by something. Okay. Okay, there was not a way up. I was hoping there was a way up. So the only way up is to go this way. Or through that hole there. Ah, 'tis the warrior of warriors and her companions. What brings you to mine abode? Pray forgive us for disturbing your recuperation, Vuldofnir. I hope your wound does not pain you overmuch. Didst thou imagine me close to death? The thrust was deep, but not mortal. I will heal in time. Full glad am I to hear it. You were our guest of honor at our conference, and we failed in our duty of protection. On behalf of Ishgard, I apologize unreservedly. I am a dragon, full grown, and thou thought to protect me, mortal. I was tempered by the fires of battle ere thy great-grandsire learned to crawl. Thy words do remind me of a knight whom I called friend some 1,000 years past. He swore to defend me from harm and hardship. Would that we could return to that era of peace, when man and dragon knew such comradeship. Would that our every effort to do so were not undone by an ancient rancor. For a truth, there can be no peace while Nidhogg's shade yet lingereth. That much is plain, yet we lack the strength to banish him. Thus do we make for Som-Al, to beseech the aid of your sire once more. Folly, thou knowest as well as I he will never answer, or how he will answer. For Svelgar's heart remains unchanged then, a pity. But if it is folly to hope, I am content to die a fool. As hath ever been the way of thy kind. Go then, but be warned, the Shade's presence hath driven its minions to frenzy. Thank you, Vuldofnir. We shall disturb your rest no longer. And we're just grabbing the first one on the menu there. max potion, max ether. Winning over the worm. Though I expected no better answer from Voldofnir, I take little pleasure from having been proven right. It would seem that our presence at Zenith will be every bit as unwelcome as I had anticipated. But what is the ire of one great worm to a trio of self-confessed fools such as ourselves? Let us begin our ascent. After you, Master Elphinaud. Scout ahead, if you wish, Kiara. We shall join you outside Mogholm. Okay. I want to take a moment to point out that I need to level up some... I could put that on Gunbreaker, though. I could. Gunbreaker would be the right level for that, wouldn't it? Yes, because this is level 60. Let's take a moment to do just that after we get to Mogholm. All right. Wait. This was the wrong way. Oh. This was the problem. I missed this short detour here. Okay. Did I go the wrong way? Oh. Now this is the first floor. Okay, there we go. I was too far up. This is the lava, this is the morn, this is the right way. Okay. I got lost. I was a little too far above where I was supposed to be. It was only on the second floor that the place was. Go. Where is the... Timekeeper? Oh, there we go. Okay. Now we have a timekeeper to talk to about that, so that was unexpected. I'd also like to point out I have attuned all ether currents in the Churning Mist. Alright, so here is Mogholm. Now then. Let's take a moment. Gunbreaker. Wait, this is better? Oh, I didn't use it yet. It is better. Okay, wait. It is better. That is unfortunately the case. Okay. had heard tales of the world above the clouds, but never did I dream. One's mind paints a pale picture of its majesty. Few live to see such wonders. I am reminded of my first visit to this peak, when Estinian and Isel still yet walked at our side. Couple, is that you, Kiara? Ah, if it isn't don't tell me you've forgotten my name, Kupo, after all we've been through together. At least you remember me. You do remember me, don't you, Kiara? I'm going to look it up. As funny as it would be to get this wrong. Okay. Yep, it is Mog-Han. Phew. You seemed a bit hesitant for a moment there, but I'm sure you were just fondly recalling the time we camped near Zenith. Right, Kupo? But putting our shared history to one side, what brings you and your friends to Mog-Han, Kupo? Another audience with Hrsvelgar, with old Hrsvelgar. Well, I hope you brought the horn, Kupo. With the winds as gentle as they are, a good loud toot should reach the great worm's ears easily enough. That's good to hear, Mog-Han. Thank you. We had best press on to Zenith, while the winds are in our favor. Now that was unexpected, Kupo. Chieftain Moglin will want to hear about this. Yes, because Moglin was the very big, overstuffed chieftain. This is not a matter of all Mughals looking alike or anything like that. This is a matter of I am terrible with names in the first place. now we can fly. It's going to be a far easier trek over to Zenith. Oh yes, there, the stadium like thing, right? Yep. You dare summon me again, mortals.
Great Hraesvelgr, 'tis not lightly that we beg this audience. Pray hearken to our words, for they concern the future of man and dragon both.
Greetings, Hraesvelgr. I am Emeric de Burrell, acting ruler of the nation of Ishgard. I am come before you to parley on behalf of my people.
To parley. Thinkest thou thy purpose unclear to me? Thou art come to beg mine aid in the battle against the shade of my brood brother.
Foresaw mine intent.
I but read that which is writ plain in thine eyes. Would that thou had wit enough to scry the answer in mine. My beloved Shiva did once build a bridge twixt man and dragon, a bridge which thy treacherous forefathers saw fit to tear down, as thou well knowest. Thinkest thou Nidhogg was alone in despairing at the murder of our brood sister? Thinkest thou mine own soul did not cry out for vengeance? Know then that upon that accursed day my heart did wither in my breast, and thy kind became unto me the harbingers of despair. 'Twas only Shiva's gentle dream that prevented me from flying at Nidhogg's shoulder. Be grateful that I swore to abjure aggression ere I consumed her. I will permit my children to offer or deny the aid as they see fit, to warn thy people of my brood brother's coming, that thou wouldst dare ask more of me, but affirm thine incorrigible ignorance or arrogance.
We understand that in your despair at man's betrayal, you seek only the refuge of solitude. But despite your protestations of spent faith, do you not still nurture the smallest flame of hope?
Perceivest thou such light in the dusk of mine existence?
I do. If you claim I see falsely, then tell me, why did you consent to bear Rizel upon your back?
Isel, piteous, deluded Isel, the child did lament her past sins, and sought to balance the scales with her remaining days. 'Twas her unquestionable passion, so alike to that of my beloved, which did spur me into flight. And of mine own part, I would countenance no longer the hands of evil men to use my brood brother's eye for ill.
So you do distinguish between those who acknowledge and repent their sins and those who perpetuate them. Interesting. It seems to me that you have not, in fact, lost faith in mankind as a whole. Rather, you weigh our respective merits by how we allow the past to influence our future.
Spare me thine idle sophistry. Even were there a mote of truth in thy reasoning, what of it? Wouldst thou have me slay mine own sibling to save a city of mortals?
Should we suffer ties of blood to bind our hands, then? Nay, if the crime is one of unconscionable evil, we must needs condemn it, even should the transgressor be our closest kin. When my father corrupted himself and his followers with the power of a primal, I beseeched the Warrior of Light to slay him, an act alike to patricide. That he did not die by my hand matters little. If anything, it heaps greater disgrace upon my name. But had my father not fallen, he would have drawn countless thousands into a holy war of hellish proportions, which I hold the greater crime. Thus did I order his execution, sparing the lives of my people and yours. Alas, your brother Worm now prepares to murder those whom I sought to spare. What is more, he has taken my comrade's body for his own. But if I must slay my dearest friend to defeat my direst foe, I will not flinch from my duty.
Thou wouldst strike down thy friend, and by example of thy righteousness, persuade me to break mine oath and kill my kindred. Heed me, my child. The servants of Hydaelyn envision a different outcome. They intend salvation not only for Ishgard, but for the doomed Dragon Slayer as well. Believest thou this shade to be Nidhogg returned? Is it not merely a manifestation of his vengeance, the shadow cast by thy brood brother's rage. I would not command thee, but posture well thy course, lest it lead thee onto greater remorse. While the shade of vengeance remains, the future will ever be uncertain. Nidhogg's transformation into Rage Incarnate is in part of mine own doing. I rendered unto him mine eye, and empowered his revenge thereby. But 'tis the purity of my brood brother's wrath that led him all surpassing, or that lendeth him all surpassing might. Hast thou the strength of will to stand against so terrible a shadow, I wonder? 'Twould seem I must put thee and thy companions to the proof. I shall await thee in the ruins wherein Ratatosk once dwelled. Heed well the words of my children, and hasten thee to the place of thy trial. Marco, what are you doing over there? Alright. To where Ratatosk once dwelled. Oh, no. I believe I spied a wyvern landing just outside the palace. It is doubtless one of the children of whom Hrsvalgar spoke. Come, my friends, let us not keep our escort waiting. My brood mates and I will bear you to the place of your trial. Make your preparations. New area for the duty support. Okay. Great Hrsvalgar honors you with this trial. Prepare to be sorely tested. With a party of NPCs, we will have a random Temple Baronet. But for now, I need to take a very quick bio break. I will be right back momentarily. Listen to some music and relax for just a little bit. This will not be long. I told you this would not be long. Okay, there we go. And let's do this. Go. Actions. Marco, come on, buddy. Come here. Come here. Marco, come here, baby. Alright, there we go. We have single target heal on the same area.
Down with you!
He's galvanized up on the tank. Pretty good, I would say. Let the fighters do the fighting, and we keep the tank and everyone else alive. That is our job as healer. We don't get the glory, we don't get the action, we just make sure it keeps going. Until all the enemies are dealt with. But as the only player character in this group, we do have to sometimes initiate with a quick fire.
Focus. Release!
That heals isn't up. Why wasn't it up?
underestimate me.
There we go. And look at this outfit, though. Look at this outfit. It is great. I like it. Chieftain Moglin. That's something to trial, I guess. So reviving again, I think. Right? Okay, we did it. Treasure coffer's right there. Okay. Oh, okay, that is definitely a new set of gear. gotta get out of there now. Okay.
Focus. Release!
Go. I could go in and do some Art of Wars. Art of Wars is a nice melee ability. Obviously, if we were a DPS, Elfanaut would be a healer role. I imagine if we were tanks or Emmerich would be a DPS role.
Underestimate me.
Alright. Easy enough to finish off. We're at about an hour and a half so far. Over there. I also want to double check something. Do I have a better ruin I can use? No. Wait, yes, I do. Okay. I already possess one of those, which is interesting, considering I've only started this one. So, RNG, not my favorite purpose. Okay.
You underestimate me.
Okay. Oh, another treasure coffer. Berserker's earrings. Oh, right into a Welcome. A Pegasus type of creature. Not much room to maneuver here. Okay. We need to... Oh. Okay. There we go. That is dangerous. There we go. Need a bio on it.
Away with you!
Okay, we're gonna have to go over here now. And then off to the side.
I have my pride!
A new bio. Keep Sir Emmerich up. This is an interesting fight, I have to say. As it goes on, it gets more complicated as fewer areas to dodge that one attack that pushes you to the edges. Conqueror's Arm Guards. Answer of Shame. Interesting name for a location here. Yeah, Sir Emmerich being a DPS would then also lead Alphinaud to being a healer. So Alphinaud's a healer unless you're a healer. Honestly, that kind of falls in line with his current mindset of wanting to help his friends no matter what. It's definitely a tactical commander of sorts to being someone that just wants to save his friends.
Focus. Release!
So, honestly, him being more healer focused makes a lot of sense. Back when we were traveling with Lady Iceheart, he was still torn and kind of in the mindset of wanting to be that tactical genius. wishing it had the power to turn things around before, that he had a handle on the Crystal Braves and all that. But now his mindset has changed, and it shows in his overall options for NPC job, we'll say.
With you.
Or I could be wrong, and the banneret there could be replaced with any number of necessary job. If you were to choose DPS. I'll still say, if you were to choose tank, I imagine Sir Henrik would be the one to become a DPS.
Down with you!
Honestly though, just having Random Lancer as a party member seems almost guaranteed with how Lancers tie into Dragoons and the nature of this entire quest line. Viking earrings. Interesting, we're getting earrings based on the jobs in 5. Cutscene of Brusvelgar as an opponent. Honestly, with this lineup, we have a ridiculous amount of healing. Alphanag can heal. I am a dedicated healer, and I have a pet that heals as well. Get bio back over on him, and then get over here to heal up. Not doing my part. Okay. Back on Brusvelgar. There we go. I managed to avoid all of those, and we're back. Beckwith. Okay. Ah, Bio. Oh. That was bad. Okay. Take a bio. And a ruin. And a ruin.
Down with you!
See, it's the side of his wings that are glowing will cause that.
It ends here!
And he is returned
Away with you.
there.
Release! To the House of Levier!
There we go. Hey, I got to the dungeons 5. Interesting. And we passed Fresvelgar's challenge, his trial, his ordeal, whichever term you want to use for this. Wrangler's jacket. Hi, Marco. I got up to look over at my dog and double check on him real quick. Ever bereft of an eye, even bereft of an eye, my brood brother was a fearsome foe indeed. But, having tasted thy strength firsthand, full well can I imagine how thou didst bring him low. The dread title of Azure Dragoon is no empty appellation. Because I got that for getting the Dragoon job. Very well. I shall trust in the seed of man one last time. By thy deeds did the flickering hope that lingereth yet within my heart be kindled anew, or extinguished forever. All three of the characters in this are Elezen. That you yet stand ready, is ready proof of your determination, mortals. Let us fight as allies, then, and together banish my brood brother's vengeful shade. On my oath, the wrath that once was Nidhogg shall meet its end. This I swear, on the memory of my beloved Shiva, and on the soul of lost Histel. Oh, my poor ribs. That was a painful reminder of a great worm's might. And had he truly meant us harm, we would not be standing here now. Plainly, his intent was to teach us. His onslaught forced me to recall my training about the speed of the dragon, his balance, his blind spots. It was, in short, a very thorough lesson. Ow, Kupo. Kiara, let me begin by congratulating you on the completion of your trial. For one with the name befitting a jester, you fight with the savagery of a rabid demon. Did you see how my wings are kinkled? Even my pom-pom aches. After this drubbing, I fear my loyal subjects will have to bear the load of my personal chores for quite some time, Kupo. Possibly indefinitely. When I told you about Kiara's trial, I didn't mean for the rest of us to suffer. That's triple shifts for you, Moghan. Triple? But that's not fair. There's no justice, Kupo. Not at all.
Our negotiations proved rather more strenuous than I had anticipated, but the results seem well worth the effort.
The battle was indeed hard won. Thank you, my friends. I would never have earned Hraesvelga's cooperation had you not seen fit to grant me yours. 'Twas your stalwart heroism that moved the heart of the Great Worm at the last. Any gratitude I can offer is but poor reward for your continued service to Ishgard.
If we had a white aura
It would seem our final reckoning with the Dread Worm is at hand. I only wish we had some inkling as to when he means to strike.
Soon, I guess.
Oh, gods.
You wanted to know, and there it is.
The cry heraldeth his coming. Nidhogg's shade hath taken wing.
It has begun. We must away to Ishgard.
Alright, we'll just grab the max potions, I guess. It'll be helpful in leveling at later times. And an end to the song. Sir Emmerich is desperate to fly to Ishgard's defense. Ishgard will not last long against Nidhogg and his horde. We must away. for Svelg are going to take us there. Know you then what this war portends?
I must return to my city without delay.
Then we shall lend you our wings. Let us meet with Nidhogg on the field of battle, and together bring an end to his wrathful song. So we are riding the Great Worm, while Elphanod and Sir Emmerich are riding what I'm assuming are his children.
Remember your training! We hold fast until the Lord Commander returns. Ugh. We must hold!
They are certainly doing their best to hold. That's not good. The Gothnir's group aren't here either.
Reinforcements! By the Fury. That one is the size of Nidhogg.
Hi, Malcolm.
Lord Commander!
You are late, Warrior of Light.
Just a little bit. Not too late, it would seem, though. There he is. Nidhogg, Estinian, the Wraith. A shade of hatred. And yourself, but hang on. Wherefore standeth thou with these vermin, brother? Abandon this war, shade. The suffering thou sowest serveth no end. The traitor's progeny have learned of their forefathers' betrayal, and seek now to make amends with our kind. Never shall our grief be assuaged, nor our loss forgotten, but reconciliation may yet halt the spread of this plague of eternal enmity. Forsake thy vengeance and be at peace. What soft-hearted ramblings are these? Thy dalliance with that vile maid hath robbed thee of thy wits. Mayhap her coiling perfume hath made thee forget the stench of our brood sister's lifeblood. Okay, I think you did cross the line insulting Shiva with Rasvalgar. Thou darest speak of my beloved, or thus of my beloved. So the flames of rage may yet be kindled. I fear thy heart's fire had long since gone out. But waste not thy fury on words, brother. Thou shalt have need of it for the battle. Bridge seems to have been destroyed, which may be a problem. That is unusual. Oh no. Nidhogg has torn one of Hresvelgar's wings. This is not good. Thou art weak, Hresvelgar, a slithering worm who fawned over the vermin who should rightly be his prey. For 1,000 years I fought without cease, and thou didst think to prevail against me? Glory not in thy victory, Shade. The battle is not yet won. My power and my hope have I entrusted to another. Thine eye, what hast thou done? We don't have a white aura sight, but we can make a sword of light. Fool! Thou wouldst trust a mortal with thy strength? No, twas thou who didst intrude upon my lair. For I know thee. 'Twas thou who didst intrude upon my lair and best the half of me. But now I am whole, and naught in creation shall deny me my vengeance. The final steps of faith is now accessible. Alright, we have to register for the duty and wait. Don't know how long this is going to take, but here we wait. Here we stand ready to take on Nidhogg and his wrath, hopeful to free Estinian from his imprisonment within him. And next up, we'll be doing more leveling off screen, of course. I want to get everyone up to level 70, unlock some titles and whatnot. Because currently our title is Archmage. We have acquired quite a few titles though. We have both healers and one tank in the queue. This is great. This might be a very short queue if we get another healer and 4 DPS in here. Fewer people play as tanks and healers. People want to just dish out a lot of damage. Kiara, however, will always be a healer main. And as such, sorry. And we have an average wait time of 9 minutes, and 3 minutes have passed at this point in time, as they say it is now. We're going to stay on this map as we wait. We're going to wander around a bit, and we're going to take a look at this outfit. I like this outfit for her. I do want to see what that Hellfire set for our tanks will look like. So I think I'm going to do some more leveling with the tanks first off, and get that. Sorry. Change of seasons is causing my lungs, or I'm not even sure if it's my lungs or what, but I'm having a bit of problems with a cough. It's nothing serious.
Children of the land, do you hear? Echoes of truths that once rang clear. Two souls intertwined, one true love they did find, bringing life.
Currently, our weapon is a level 58 weapon. It doesn't have any materia added to it. I could have worked on that. We have a DPS and we lost a tank. 5 of the 9 minutes have passed. Now the average wait time is 12 minutes. I apologize for the wait. If there's anyone in chat if there's anyone watching right now, go ahead and type in chat. Please do. If you know how to add channel point alerts, I am sorry about this. I would go get a cough drop, but I don't know when this is going to just quickly fill up without any warning. But yeah, if you're watching now and you know how to add channel point alerts, whether you know it from a video or anything, go ahead and let me know. Also, let me know what you think channel point redemption should, or I should add. Honestly, I don't know how to get a sound clip, but I have a clip on my channel where I was playing Let's Go and was very adamant to dodge a Pidgey and said, not the Pidgey. If you want to add that as a sound alert, let me know how to do that. Seriously, I don't know how to do some of these things. We cannot summon our minion, we cannot summon a mount on this map. Take a moment to double check my actions and traits. I need to put something there. Energy drain maybe? Indomitability. Indomitability is restores own and the HP of all nearby party members. Wait, do we actually have that though? Seems grayed out. Action not yet learned. Okay, so we don't need that there. What we can put in its place is this. Cannot use yet because we don't have an ether glow gauge currently, which is obtained with ether flow. Or ether flow gauge. Why did I say ether glow gauge? Fey illumination, that causes increased healing magic potency of all nearby party members by 10%, while reducing the magic damage taken by all party members by 5%. What about Whispering Dawn? Gradually restores HP of all nearby party members. Good to keep in mind. Put that there. Deployment tactics. Is not yet learned. Okay, so energy drain will put over here, which means we'll need Swift Cast on that side of things. There. Combining this with or Swift Cast with Resurrection will make a great combo that'll be perfectly fine. We have Art of War there as well. Has Ether Flow. We have Bio and Ruin set up.
and death on after
Painful impact and chain.
those who fight for none
The rate at which target takes critical hits by also is change dragon, but it's painful impact. There's room to broil. It's broil two. Alright, so we need to change that to broil. Actions. File, room 2. There we go. Okay, this should be more than set. And we lost the DPS. It's been 13 minutes, but now average wait time of 18 minutes. What the heck? This is Saturday. People should be online.
Why must you turn to empty bliss? Tell me why break trust? Why turn the past to dust? Seeking solace in the abyss. Tell me why create a circle not break? Why must you let go the life you were bestowed? This I fear I'll never.
But let's take a quick count of everything that's happened so far. Nidhogg, right over there, has ripped one of Frisvelgar's wings off, but Frisvelgar revealed that he was fighting with only one eye, entrusting the other to us and its etheric energy. The Ascians had already said we were nearing the level of divinity. Even before this, before the events of this. And that is why they set the Warrior of Darkness to this world. An entity of some sort who at one point had actually fought against the Ascians is now fighting for them for some unknown reason. I am terribly sorry about my cough.
Children of the land,
We lost the other healer. What the heck? Time elapsed 15 minutes 30 seconds. Average wait time 14 minutes.
two souls intertwined. One true love they did find, bringing light and heaven's need.
If you're playing Final Fantasy XIV at all, at a high enough level to do this, level 60, and at this point in the story of Dragon Song, then please hop on. I need some form of team. Some form of half-confident team. Half-competent, even.
One soul's cry, a passion welling within. Sacrifice, a bind of bleed to her kin. Yet this bond of hope by treachery was broke, scattering her words to
Okay, we have another DPS in here. I am on the Maloreth shard, So if you need to change shards and spend gil to do that, that's where you need to go to help out.
Swelling over long seas of blood are a song, and death an afterthought to those who fight for naught.
But all told, this is an interesting development, and we might be able to save Estinian. If we can do that, that would be great. But if he falls, if we lose both of the great worms here, I have no idea what will unfold in this battle. I hope we get to it today. I really do. I really hope we do. I'm not cutting anything out in this one. If you're watching on YouTube, you can drop a comment and tell everyone whether or not I actually get to the battle. I really hope I do.
Children of the land and service, why must you turn to empty bliss?
As you can see, I am in fact healable.
Tell me why break trust? Why turn the past to dust? Seeking solace in the abyss. Tell me why create a circle none can break? Why must
Do we
you
find
let
her?
go the life you were bestowed? This I fear I'll never know.
Mini games, golden saucer, that's what that is. PvP. Large dungeon, labyrinth of the. Oh, this is for that crystal tower. These are for raids, right? And this proves that we are at Heavensward still. Okay.
Children of the land, do you hear echoes of truths that once rang clear? Two souls intertwined, one true love they did find, bringing land and heaven's near.
And we lost the DPS.
Flames that burn full bright soon fell dark. Memories
It's looking like I'm not going to be able to do this one.
in the waxing gloom did wane the lover's moon, watching as their worlds drift apart. One soul's cry, a passion welling within. Sacrifice.
There we go, there we go. Okay, we got it, we got it.
Finally to
Come on, come on. Here we go. Full party. We are confronting the Shade of Nidhogg. Okay, this is a full party raid on a massive boss. We have one roll. Keep people alive and do not die. Okay. We have a Gunbreaker and a Paladin for tanks. I have no control over the names of these other individuals. Okay. Focus primarily on the tanks. My Eos is out. Oh. One of those. Okay. I am down. I failed. Okay. get out of there. Nidhogg is almost down. Over there. We did it! We did it! We took down Nidhogg! Now what happens as it reverts to Estinian's form? I will give the commendation to the other healer. They deserve it.
Estinian!
Is this to be mine end? Nay, I will not allow it. I am of the first brood. I am vengeance incarnate. I am Nidhogg. Thou shalt die by my hand.
Estinian's beginning to take control.
This is not your hand, worm!
Thou wilt obey.
I would ask one last favor of you, Warrior of Light. Finish me, now, while I have the beast subdued!
Waste your time. Kill me! It is the only way. Ending Nidhogg will be my final duty.
No! You can't die like this! I won't let you!
Our departed friends from the Ishgardian saga here have arrived in spirit to aid us in this moment. Undying by mortal will, wither now.
In the waxing gloom, did wane the lovers' moon. soul's cry, a passion welling within. Sacrifice,
The Azure Dragoon, his armor corrupted by the blood and eyes of Nidhogg.
Guys, cast them into the abyss!
yet this bond of hope, my treachery was broke.
Hopefully they're running to opposite sides of the bridge. Nope. Nope, they cast them into the same sides of the abyss.
He lives. Ah, Estinian, my ill-fated friend. Lucia, summon the healers. I want them ready to receive him.
At once, Lord Commander.
Allow me to do this much, at least.
The Horde have sensed the fall of their master and scattered to the winds.
You have my gratitude, Hraesvelgr. Your deeds this day have saved a great many lives.
Then our alliance hath served its purpose. Thou didst wield the power I granted thee well. 'Twas thine own skill and not mine eye which earned thee victory. I wish thy companion a swift recovery. Fare you well, children of man. You can even see in this scene which of his wings was torn off. Excellence.
The battle is won. We can do no more for Estinian now than bear him home and wish him well, even as Hraesvelgr did. The rest we must trust to the hands of the healers and the grace of the gods.
Let's go and talk through this last bit. Through the haze of pain, I swear I sensed, but no. The past is done, and we must look to the future. At long last, Nidhogg is gone, his foul spirit cast out once and for all. I only pray that Estinian survives the ordeal. Your battle with Nidhogg's Shade will beget many an epic ballad, Kiara, and rightly so. It was, without a doubt, one of your more epochal victories, though I must admit that I took greater joy in seeing you emerge from the experience unscathed. And not only for your own sake, had you not been there to aid me, those infernal eyes would still be fused to Estinian's mail. Yet, even with Nidhogg gone, I cannot help but wonder how much of our friend remains. Let us pay a visit to Lucia and beg news of his condition. Okay. Kiara, Master Elphanod. I am honored to see, my honored friends, as if winning for Svelgard to our cause were not enough, you took it upon yourselves to rid us of his brood brother. I know not how to thank you. My own contribution was hardly noteworthy. The true savior of the day, or saviors of the day, were Kiara and Estinian. One triumphed over Nidhogg's shade through strength of arm, and the other through strength of will. And speaking of Estinian, what news of his recovery? The Azure Dragoon was conveyed to the infirmary, where he now resides under the care of our hospitaller's captain. I am sorry about that. I am told he has yet to regain consciousness. But, as you know, Estinian's mind and body were held hostage for many days. We must be patient and allow the process of healing to begin. In the meantime, you would do well to rest and recover from your own ordeals. But surely, Sir Emmerich is never long from Estinian's bedside, and will send word the moment there are any developments. Now, if I have satisfied your concerns, I believe Lord Edmund and his sons are most eager to celebrate your return. Very well, First Commander. Come, Kiara. 'Twould seem we are awaited at Fort Thames Manor. Okay. Yes.
The heroes of the hour return.
We but did our duty, my lord. It was the memories of fallen friends and not our heroism which saw us through at the last.
I gave every ounce of my strength, but mine efforts would have counted for naught had the Warrior of Light not arrived to challenge the Great Worm. As a sworn knight of Ishgard, I had hoped to do more for my city.
Well, we cannot all be heroes, dear brother. Let us put away our pride for a moment and revel in the valiant deeds of our comrade. For your sterling service to Ishgard, we salute you. And while we're on the subject of valiant deeds, I believe I myself have earned some small measure of recognition. Under my watchful command, the ballistas of the Outer Ward struck down a veritable swarm of Dravanian invaders.
My lord's command was certainly watchful. He bravely watched as the siege crews took aim, and continued to watch as countless wyverns met their end. Indeed, the ward's defenders proved so well drilled that my lord had little occasion to stop watching.
There will be time enough to determine who is most deserving of recognition later. Our friends are doubtless weary from their exertions. I had chambers prepared in expectation of your return. You are welcome to retire at your leisure.
I am most grateful for your hospitality, my lord, but I believe I shall pay a visit to the Temple Knight's Infirmary. Pray excuse me.
Our master Alphino has grown. The plight of his stricken brother-in-arms pains him more than his own hurts. In which respect he has come to resemble you, Warrior of Light. Go then, visit the Azure Dragoon, and grant him what comfort you may.
Okay. Okay, he's in the foundation and the... Ah, he's over there. Kiara, my friend, what can I do for the savior of Ishgard? You seek Master Alphinaud. Ah, he came to relieve me of my vigil a short while ago. When he begged to sit at Estinian's side, I could not well refuse him. Though he would sooner faint than admit it, the boy must be exhausted by Hrisvalgar's trial and all that followed. Estinian is blessed to have such devoted comrades. Wind Up Emmerich, Dragon Song Orchestra Scroll, and Alpine Coat. That is going to be a cosmetic armor. Okay. My own friendship with Estinian began some 10 years past, shortly after we joined the Temple Knights. I learned his name soon enough, but Estinian barely registered my existence. I was less a fellow recruit and more a shadow which occasionally darkened his path. And so I might have remained, had fate not seen fit to intervene. While out on patrol, our company was set upon by a dragon, and we were the only two to survive. The experience forged a bond between us, as such life-threatening situations are wont to do. Despite our friendship, he remained an intense and solitary youth, wholly obsessed with claiming vengeance against Nidhogg. Revenge was ever at the forefront of his mind. Revenge for the death of his parents, and revenge for his younger brother. I would venture that in Alphinaud he sees something of his lost sibling. And in the ungentle chidings of Estinian, Alphinaud has found the elder brother he never had. Truth be told, Estinian's tactless observations have saved me from disaster more than once, and I can well understand Elfenod's affection for him. He is a friend for whom I would gladly... Lord Commander, your presence is required in the infirmary. Is he? Tell them I'm on my way. Quickly, Kiara, we must go to him. Upon proceeding to the reformatory, several cutscenes will play in sequence. It is recommended that you set aside sufficient time to view the scenes in their entirety.
Estinian!
That's not good. No, he's breathing. He's awake.
Cease your mewling, boy. It grates my ears.
Forgive me. When I saw you awaken, I could not... It was such a relief. We feared you might never wake up.
Now, Estinian. If Master Alphinaud thought any less of you, you would still be Nidhogg's plaything. Or dead.
Aye, 'twas but a jest. I thank you, Alphinaud. And you too, Warrior of Light. Quite how you managed to persuade Hraesvelgr to aid in his brood brother's downfall I cannot imagine. But full glad am I that you did. 'Tis an honor to share the mantle of Azure Dragoon with one such as you.
So apparently, if you've done the Dragoon quest line and gotten through that, he actually refers to you as a fellow Azure Dragoon.
I, for my part, owe you an apology. When last we met, I did willingly loose an arrow at your heart. Can you forgive me?
There is naught to forgive, Hameric. You but acted in defense of Ishgard as is your duty. Were you any less single-minded about it, I would not follow you into battle, nor trust you at my back. Besides, I had come to the selfsame conclusion, that I would have to perish for Nidhogg to be stopped. So let us dispense with the hand-wringing. I have heard enough mewling for one day.
Oh!
The tendrils of Nidhogg's foul presence bound up every fiber of my being, usurping my senses, but I yet retained some trace of awareness.
That is terrible.
The worm's mind was as a vast and tumultuous sea. Endlessly its black waters churned, his grief and despair at Ratatoska's murder never calming, never receding. Driven by this surging current came wave upon wave of unrelenting rancor. It was the very image of my own heart. There I saw the dark reflection of the hatred I felt after Nidhogg slew my family, when no path remained save vengeance against Dragonkind.
This is a whole lesson on don't become the monster you hate.
Neither one of us had a choice. But I was blessed with something Nidhogg was not. Comrades and teachers to console and admonish me. Had I not had them to gainsay my obsession, it would surely have consumed me as Nidhogg's did him, and we would have been in all respects alike. Though his shade is banished, his spirit scattered upon the sea of clouds, I feel no joy at his passing. Where once I craved vengeance, I now crave rest. Lord Commander, my hunt is at an end. I would lay down the mantle of Azure Dragoon.
My friend.
He has tired himself with too many words. I doubt not that he will make a full recovery, but he must be allowed some few days of quiet.
I too must see my path to its end. Sleep well, my friend.
Following the battle with Nidhogg on the Steps of Faith, Sir Emeric called an assembly that he might make his final proclamation as acting head of state. "'Twas there, with one decree, that the 1,000-year rule of the archbishops was ended, paving the way for a new republic. The governance of Ishgard would now be placed in the hands of high and lowborn alike, their ranks represented by the newly founded House of Lords and House of Commons. Church was separated from state. The foundation for change had been carefully laid, and the reforms proposed by Ishgard's new government passed into law without incident. His duty done, Emeric de Burrell gladly stepped down from the Archbishop's dais, only to be raised unto the highest seat in the House of Lords.
Perhaps even against his will.
Though he strove at first to refuse this honor, the unexpectedly strident voice of the Count de Durandare left him little choice but to accept.
To think it was that house whom he had very little contact with.
And so it was that the winds of gentle revolution came to stir. Prominent among the many honored guests at Sir Emeric's investiture were the ambassadors of Dragonkind, a fitting symbol of Ishgard's newfound peace. people looked on in awe as he soared through the heavens on Dragonback. And by their cheers did they hail him an Azure Dragoon for a new age.
New Azure Dragoon. And there is Estinian.
Thus were the notes of the Dragon Song rewritten, the din of war giving way to a rising litany of peace and hope.
We returned his eye, finally. And Heaven's Word, the portion known as Dragon Song, has come to an end. Estinian's helmet still remains. Okay. Let's finish this off. I was gazing out at the sea of clouds in an all too rare moment of idleness when I chanced to behold a certain hero wandering her way towards the city on Dragonback, or wending her way. Welcome home, Kiara. Nay, 'twas no grave matter that moved me to greet you in person. Between you and me, I merely sought respite from the pressures of office. No sooner do I surrender my role as temporary head of state than I am burdened with the position of even more permanent responsibility. I fancy that it echoes in some small measure the way you must feel when your improbable feats of heroism are rewarded with still more impossible challenges. Actually, very reasonable comparison there. The myth which guided our society for generations lies in tatters. And, or am I then to be scorned for building upon the system of nobility that I once sought to tear down? And what strange jest is this that places me at its pinnacle, an archbishop's bastard at the head of the House of Lords. But these questions are for me to answer. It is not in man's nature to change overnight. This I learned through painful experience, and it was this hard lesson which convinced me to take the path which we now follow. Even as we rebuild the bridge between man and dragon, so must we reimagine Ishgard, one carefully placed stone at a time. We must remember that it is not for us that we lay this groundwork, but for the men and women that our children will become. May their towers rise proudly from the foundation of our legacy. I hear word from Captain Whitecape that Estinian has vanished from his sick room. His willfulness survives undiminished. Should you ever happen upon our unmannerly friend on your travels, pray assure him that I will keep Ishgard safe until he deigns to come home. Thank you, Kiara, and please convey my warmest regards to Master Alphanod. Now we find Alphanod. He's at Fort Thames Manor, okay. Welcome home, Mistress Frostborn. Shall we show you to the manor? You spoke with Sir Emmerich. I do not envy him his new position. Ishgard has chosen a new road, but one littered with the detritus of 1,000 years of broken faith. Yet her people may stumble from time to time. Though her people may stumble from time to time, I know of none better than Sir Emmerich to lead the march of progress. As for us, there remains the small matter of ushering in a new dawn in the shadow of inscrutable Ascian machinations and a seemingly endless procession of primals. But we too must walk our chosen path, no matter how treacherous or the footing. And we get a few new items as we bring an entire... In the wake of Ishgard's governmental reform, new airship routes have been sanctioned. You may now travel to a selection of distant locales from the landing in Ishgard. And this will bring Heaven's Ward to an end. And will usher in the beginning of Stormblood, I think. Are they retrieving the eyes? Oh no, they're retrieving the eyes, aren't they? Yasin and Warrior of Darkness. Thank you, Blondhars. Nay, you need not remain there. We shall rendezvous at the usual place. All is proceeding as expected, then. Aye, there is naught to concern us, aside from one overly curious mouse. This way. Him again. It is of no moment. They will play their part, and we will play ours. And thus did grey mist give way to azure skies, man and dragon rise above, voices join in song, but beneath the shrouded boughs, beyond the scope of light, shadow stirs. You seriously have to say it that fast for it to get through. Yep, Revenge of the Horde. Scenario quest, Litany of Peace. You are going to be an issue for another time. And this is where we're going to call it. We're going to use those items real quick. Wind up Emmerich. Music scroll. Alright, and with this outfit, this is going to be a cosmetic I am going to use repeatedly once I get better gear. I will be putting this in the glamours and just have it as glamour plate. But we're going to go ahead and end it here. I hope you had a wonderful day, night, evening, whatever you're up to, whenever you're up to it, wherever you're up to it, however you're up to it, whoever you're up to it with, whatever you're up to it, all that good stuff. Make sure to drop a follow here on Twitch if you're watching this live or as a VOD there. If you're watching this on YouTube, where I keep all of my VODs, make sure to drop a like, comment, and subscribe down below. Hit the bell for notifications, and always hit that. And check out my Discord. Notifications on when I go live, voting on what I play next, all that good stuff. And chat with us, or chat with me, my friends, anyone that happens to be there. And if you enjoyed my stuff, make sure to check out my channel here in the middle. If there's too much there, because all my VODs, all my playlists, everything are there, and it's all too much, and you have no idea where to start, not a problem. Go ahead and check out this playlist on the right where I play a different game. It's as good a place to start as any, right? If my stuff wasn't for you, but you stuck around anyway, you're awesome, you're amazing, you're great, and you deserve this video on the left that YouTube thinks you will like. Bye, everyone.